Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video for Digimon Story. My name is Ventus, and in this Digimon Story Time Stranger video, I'm going to show you the top best spots to grind for XP and a lot of money. A couple of these spots I've found, and some of them were provided by other players that posted clips on Twitter that I found and managed to duplicate for this video. When it gets to those parts, I will give full credit to the poster. Now, really quickly, if you're new here, do me a favor and sub to the channel with all notifications on so you don't miss any new uploads. And after this video is over, if it was helpful, head on over to my channel and check out my playlist for Digimon Story Time Stranger for videos that you've missed. Alright, so hopping right into it with what has to be the most overpowered spot that I've seen so far. It comes from the Twitter account at BlazeBinges. You can follow them at x.com/BlazeBinges, BLAZEBINGES. They have over 237,000 followers, and it's more than a good chance that you've seen one of their posts if you have Twitter. So this spot is actually in the middle of the main story quest called Mad Oracle. This quest comes towards the end of the game, so if you're not there yet and you have not seen this part, you are in super luck because this will allow you to power level the crap out of your Digimon. I actually had to reach out to BlazeBinges and when I saw this, and they gave me all of the information so I could give it to you. Alright, so it's just like what you're seeing. It's destroying Clavis Angemon over and over and over again with a single Digi attack and getting over 7,000 XP and almost 5,000 yen, all for just pressing one button. Now, this is my own footage from a save game file that I had and duplicated the strategy because on where I'm at in the game, I'm way past this part, but I went back to try this to see if it was good, and it is good. But on the original post that Blaze did, he let me know that his Dianamon was max level and a data type, and Clavis Angemon is weak to data types. But the secret here is switching the game's difficulty over to story mode when you get to this part. And if you have one strong Digimon, they should be able to one-shot Digi-attack Clavis Angemon. Here's how my Seraphimon looked whenever I was one-shot Digi-attacking him. So it isn't quite necessary to have an all maxed out character, because before I made this, I was like spending hours trying to max out my character. Now it's like, let me just, what dig were you playing on, bro? And he was like, oh, it was on easy. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I switched it over to easy, and I was like, oh yeah, that's so much better. Just one-shotting him like all the time and getting crazy XP for it. Alright, so this is what the start of the mission kind of looks like. That's Clavis Angemon right there, the guy in white, our enemy. He's super strong. He hides behind a shield. He is weak to sleep, though. If you got Idle Bubble, use that on him. He's going to pass out and you can escape, and you're actually make you do that a little bit later on in this this entire like campaign that you're doing in this area. You put him to sleep, then you run from him. But when you get to the part where, and I'll show it to you right here, there's a teleporter for the in-between theater, and then there is a Unimon on one side and a Wisemon on the other side. When you get to this location, this is where you should start like getting ready to fight Clavis Angemon, because the part is going to come up fairly quickly. I think you have to do like some puzzle stuff, and then after the puzzle stuff, he shows up, and then that witch on the broom shows up, and then that's where you're gonna have to fight him and then run from him. The actual part looks like this on the map. Alright, so this is the part where Clavis Angemon first like comes to attack you, and you get to fight him like for real this time. Now, if you have your game already set to easy mode, you should be able to one-shot him before he attacks, and then you can start getting your EXP grind. Okay, yeah, the Witchmon, she puts him to sleep, and then he's about to come and attack. Alright, so just watch this. Look at this first one-shot right here. Great. Alright, yeah, so just one-shotted him, just so easy right there because it's already on easy mode. And now I'm just gonna go and run and get to the actual spot in just a second. I'm gonna show the map where I literally am. Alright, that's pretty much it on the mini map right there. You can see it. Alright, so here he is coming to chase, and this is the spot where you're just gonna sit and grind right here in this little hallway. See that's the map right there, and I'm just gonna sit right here in this hallway and just one-shot him. You keep going back and forth, like you go back and forth, he's gonna always respawn. I think they're probably gonna patch it at some point in time. All right, one final thing I'll say about this before I do move on. I normally play the game on hard mode. I had it on hard mode since day one of the game, and I had some concerns switching it over to easy mode to do this, but trust me, it's cool, especially if you don't have the Outer Dungeon DLC, so you can like grind. If you don't have that, this is a perfect spot to just stop and grind your Digimon, because you're close to the end of the game once you get right here, and this will make things so much easier. Thanks, Blaze, for the tips, man. I really appreciate it. Next is another spot that was found on Twitter from the account at boss_boss_0, Z-E-R-O. You can follow him at x.com/boss_boss_0. So this spot first appears when you reach the Cosmic Terminal, and your mission directive changes to use the chill seed on the firewall. There will come a part where Mud Frigimon will be rolling down the hill at you. Well, these things don't stop spawning and rolling, allowing you to just post up, put your controller down, and AFK farm. Just make sure your combat is switched to auto on, and your party members are strong enough to defeat the mini Frigimon on their own, which shouldn't be hard considering I did this on hard mode before even knowing this was a thing. I used this today while I watched a movie and collect God knows how much money in XP for literally doing nothing. Now, if you've already reached this part in the game and passed it, don't worry, you will be able to come back here and do this whenever you like. Yeah, don't worry, I know some of you are probably saying, how do I actually get there? All right, I'm going to show you exactly the route to get there. So you're at the Cosmic Terminal, just make sure it's set to the fire area and not the ice area. Make sure the terminal is set to ice or fire and not ice. This is what I'm doing right now. I've already switched to fire. All right, so I'm going up to the fire, and then I'm just going to let it play and show you exactly the route that I take.
Well done. Great. 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 Good, good. Great. Great. Well done. Well done.
Now, when you do get to the top of this little mountain where they're rolling down, make sure not to be too far at the top, because if you go too far up, they will stop respawning. So just make sure you're at a spot where they respawn and they roll down, respawn and roll down, and you're not stopping them from respawning. Alright, so that's going to be it for the Twitter spots. The rest are ones that I found on my own that seem pretty useful. Okay, so this one is back during the Mad Oracle quest as well. It's at the in-between theater teleporter that's up a set of stairs between that Wisemon and the Unimon that I talked about earlier. The idea here is to destroy the Wisemon and the Unimon over and over, and then heading up the stairs to the scene change and then back again to defeat them. I used this because of how overpowered Magna Angemon and Seraphimon are. I wanted to get as many Unimon as I can because Unimon digivolves either down to Patamon or up to Magna Angemon. And I remember somebody in the comments of one of my videos was like, yo, can you tell me how to get Magna like really quick? So this is how you get a Magna Angemon if you just farm this Unimon, if you don't want to do it like the hard way and start from Patamon. Now the XP and money aren't great, but if you need that Magna Angemon that will eventually digivolve into Seraphimon or even a Clavis Angemon, this is going to be the spot to do it. And I have a couple because I want to make like an all angel team, and this is how I started it off by doing this. Another spot that I like to farm for XP and materials is also in the Cosmic Terminal, but on the ice side this time, right at the entrance of the ice side. And it's basically a 2-zone run back and forth where you fight 6 champion level enemies and have 3 material farms that can drop jewels and digijewels all of which respawn when you leave the zone and refresh. The XP and money from all of the fights are decent, and if you one-shot the champion level Digimon, it is a super quick farm. And the last spot is one that I personally use for a scan farm, because I know somebody asked me where do I go to like get a lot of scan, and that is 8 years ago at Shinjuku Underground Waterway South Block. You can get there from the Waterfall Park. Clearing this out completely on one run gets you like 8 or 9 rookie level Digimon all scanned to 100%. So like you go in there and you kill everything that's in there. Once you leave out, you'll have like 9 of them that are at 100% scan rate, and you can have like 9 Digimon. Now I use them as fodder to increase my other Digimon. Now the combat zone of Central Town in the digital world is good too, but I feel like you get more Digimon scanned quicker in this underground waterway. I might be faded. Let me know in the comments if you think I am. Alright, and one final thing to add before I go is that I wish I wouldn't have rushed through the Dark Castle part of the game, you know, right before you fight Plutomon, because there are a lot of rare Digimon to farm in that area, but only during the actual mission you have there. When you go back, you won't get to farm any Skull Greymon or the Infamon. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. If it was helpful, I'd really appreciate your like. If you have any information to drop about spots like these that you use and you want me to mention it on a future video, be sure to leave it in the comments or send me a clip on Twitter at x.com/VSGNsocial. That's x.com/V as in Victor, SGN Social. I'll follow back as well. Alright, my name is Ventus SGN. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.